Hey, what's up, folks? How you doing? So in the past few months, I've been thinking around less sophisticated ways to make science communication a bit more interesting. The primary reason for that is because science is pretty loaded and I have zero expertise to be even in the business of communicating, much less positively trying to build diverse theories from biology and all the way up to physics. And I'm in no way trying to parade myself as this considered self-proclaimed expert. All I'm trying to do, and all I've been trying to do, is open up your mind to the many conversations waiting to be had. Because much like philosophy and religion, I strongly feel conversations about science eventually border on the deeper existential questions of life, meaning, and intellectual fulfillment. So today I thought of touching an introductory small piece of a personal favorite, the standard model of particle physics. The standard model of particle physics is like the ultimate guidebook that scientists use to understand the tiniest things in the universe. And by tiny, what is basically meant is the little bits and pieces that eventually make up everything. It's almost about figuring out what the universe is made of. Imagine you're building with different types of building blocks. In the world of particle physics, these building blocks are tiny particles that make everything around us. The standard model is like the ultimate guidebook that tells us about all these particles and how they interact. Here's a breakdown. Quarks. Think of quarks as the smallest, most fundamental building blocks. They come in 6 different flavors, like different colors of Lego bricks. Quarks combine to create protons and neutrons, which are like the basic pieces that eventually make up atoms. Then there's leptons. These are another group of tiny particles like electrons. Think of electrons as those tiny little things that buzz around the nucleus, that is the center of an atom. They are crucial for making atoms stable and electricity to flow. And then there are bosons. Bosons are like the messengers or force carriers. They are the ones responsible for making things happen. For example, the photon is like the messenger of light, and the Higgs boson is the one that gives other particles their mass. And then there are forces. 4 fundamental forces. The standard model describes these 4 main forces in the universe. And this can be thought of in this way. Think of them as rules that particles follow. The first, gravity, is what makes things fall. The second, electromagnetism, is what makes magnets stick. The strong nuclear force is what holds quarks together. And the weak nuclear force is involved in some types of radioactivity. So the standard model is like the ultimate guidebook that helps scientists understand how these particles and forces fit together in this grand scheme of the universe, or in this language that we can use to explain everything that is happening in the universe between these tiny building blocks and what eventually makes up all matter that we experience. It's like figuring out how all the different complicated puzzle pieces fit and work together to build an amazing picture. But that is just the start of the story, and we haven't even touched the core of the theory.